Hey everyone, and welcome to our weekly SIG release meeting. This meeting adheres to the CNCF Code of Conduct, which basically boils down to be excellent to each other. We have a fairly light agenda for today, but as usual, we would like to welcome any new members or attendees. So do we have anyone on the call who would like to give us a hi?
Hello, everyone. This is Ronit Banerjee. This is my first ever SIG release meeting. I've never joined it. So I'm contributing to CNCF, and also I'm part of Google Summer of Code at DBpedia Foundation. So I have been contributing to open source and since like last year, and I have also been to conferences like Open Source Summit Europe that was last year situated in Dublin, that took place at Dublin. So yep, I'm well into this ecosystem, but never tried my hands in the SIG release team. So I'm looking forward to learn something new and also contribute as much as possible. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. Welcome. Good to see you. Maureen, do you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Maureen. I use the she and her pronouns, and this is my first time joining the SIG release meeting as well. And I just joined today to learn more about what SIG release does and see if I can contribute something.
All right, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else who would like to say hi? Because if not, then we can jump over directly to our sub-project updates, which is something we usually do. So do we have anyone from the release engineering sub-project who would like to give us an update?
I can talk a little bit about what I'm doing. I'm been a little bit away, so I'm not aware of other projects going on, but I can give you a few updates on the jobs to fix the signatures. So we last week, I think, we merged the first change to the test grid and to the jobs to start checking if the job actually works, if it can access the registries. So just to give some more context to some of the newer folks, we have been battling over the past few months or so with rate limits when signing the images that we release. So jobs run, try to sign them, and either because rate limits in the GCP infra that the project runs, or I think we have another error with GitHub, I think, or with the actual calls to Sigstore, which is the public service that we use to sign our signatures. For all of those reasons and those rate limits, we have been failing some of the signatures. So as a consequence, some of the signatures have uneven signatures, meaning they are signed in some registries and not in others. So to remediate that, we are building a new job that checks for the images consistency, the signature consistency, and eventually will also fix any missing signatures. So the first stage is we created the new jobs that run every 4 hours, I think, check the latest. I think they check images going back a few days. I think it's 5. And if not, it's supposed to report back. Right now, it will never fail. So we can see the output, but it will never turn any of the boards red, so to speak, because it's only meant to check if we have the proper access and the code actually works from the job. So this one did work. So the next step is I'm going to change those jobs to ensure that if they find anything, they fail, they try that, and then move into the actual job to give. So we have been discussing, and by we, it's mostly me whenever I find Carlos in Slack or wherever. But this is why I wanted to bring it to the whole group. We've been discussing what would be the best way to fix them. Like, should we just let the job loose and fix it automatically? Or we may be thinking that perhaps starting with a more controlled approach where we merge like a cron job that we can know when it runs and we can observe to perform the signatures, because this actually alters the production registry. So we, at least in the beginning, we want to be super careful on what it does and limit any blast radius in case it does something weird. So right now the process and it's being worked on to ensure that we get signal whenever it finds inconsistent signatures, and then we move to the fixing phase. This is where I'm at right now.
Cool. Thank you for this update. Another thing we probably can mention is that we now assign everything with registry.k8s.io. So this Docker reference, the latest release of kpromo, we now always use registry.k8s.io as the Docker reference in the signature. So I think Alpha 3 is the first Alpha release which has this change, but this also affects all other container images which get promoted through k8s.io. Okay, cool. Anything else related to release engineering? We had some discussions about the OBS implementation, which is right now ongoing, but Marco is not part of this call as I can see it. So you can probably get an update on this in one of the future calls. Okay, so then let's jump over to our release team update. Do we have anyone from the release team who would like to provide us an update? Grace is not on the call, so I will probably read out what we have here. So we have 59 tracked enhancements out of 68, which is a lot. So I'm not sure about the risk this incorporates, but it's the highest rate of tracked enhancements we've ever seen in a Kubernetes release. And it looks like that starting from 129, the bug triage team will be merged into the CI signal team, which is great. So they are currently working on the docs to merge the teams, and I'm really looking forward to see that coming. Any other update regarding the release team? So with that, we are at the end of our agenda for today. One thing I would like to mention is that the maintainer track sessions for KubeCon got opened. And like, if you're interested to give a talk about SIG release, provide an update about SIG release, or want to speak about any particular topic which could be a good fit for the maintainer track, then feel free to reach out to any of us leads, and we can speak about how you can get this talk at KubeCon. All right. I don't have anything else. I will give you a couple of seconds to add any last minute topic. Cool. Now that was a short one. I will give you 30 minutes back. Thanks for attending, and see you online. Bye.
Take it easy, everyone. Bye.